So this morning what we're going to do with the lads, we've set up a scaffold at the back of the property. We've got our trailer MEWP, which is going to give us access to the front. And as you can see already, really heavy moss growth on this roof, which is extremely detrimental to the tiles. So what we're going to do, we're going to scrape the roof. We're going to get rid of all the big growth. So that'll enable our soft wash treatment to really penetrate into the moss growth, into the grooves of the tiles. And once it starts working and killing off the moss, then we'll rinse it and the roof will be totally clear of organic growth, and it'll be as good as nearly new. So once we've scraped the roof and we've got rid of the moss growth, we'll be using our soft wash truck, which we will apply our Trinity mix, which is a combination of surfactant, alkali solution and bleach, sodium hypochlorite solution in the correct dosage, safe, environmentally friendly. And we'll be applying that from our truck mount system here, which will be low pressure, so it won't be detrimental to the tiles at all. We won't be touching the roof. We'll be just applying low pressure from the MEWP and from the scaffold at the back of the property. We'll let it work, probably give it 24 hours, and then we'll come back and we'll use our bulk rinse, which again is low pressure, which then, once all the moss and organic growth is killed, that'll rinse it off and leave the roof clean for the client. So also, as one of the other tools that we have at this moment is the gutter vac, the SkyVac. So obviously when we've loosened all the moss, one of the things we want to make sure of for the client is that all the guttering is left clear and free running. So the gutter vac, SkyVac, is a triple motor system. We've got all the attachments, carbon poles, extremely light for use from a distance and to get to the full apex of the roof. So we'll set that up, go up in the MEWP, make sure all the gutters are running free with the various attachments, the tools, so the client knows that even when we've finished, there'll be nothing blocking the drains. The soft wash will also act within the drain system itself, so anything that's further down the drain from previously will be cleared, cleaned and killed off. So the drains will be running free, so they'll have no issues once we're completed. So one of the things that we've found really handy is this trailer mounted nifty boom, which we can tow on our soft wash truck, which is ideal for residential property. Okay, it's limited for certain applications, but for this kind of residential property and the height, it's an ideal piece of kit. So we can work safely, we don't need any ladders, everything is compliant from a health and safety perspective. We can get up to the eaves and we can work to the full apex of the roof. We can utilise this as well as the scaffold at the back. Our guys are fully IPAF and PASMA trained. Health and safety plays a vital role in how we operate at NuLife, and this is a key for residential and commercial properties that we know we're working safely. We've got our guys' health and safety at the forefront as well as the clients. So what we'll do, we'll have a quick look here. Obviously the front of the property is ideal. We've got plenty of space for the MEWP, but one of the challenges we found early on was obviously the access to the rear of the property was a little bit restricted. So as you can see, we couldn't get a MEWP through here, which ideally we would have liked to have used on the back of the property. But if you come down here, what we can see, we should be able to access most of the front elevation and pitches with the MEWP. Again, that should give us plenty of access. And round the back, we have a scaffold set up. So again, you can see we've got the scaffold set up by the team, which gives us right up to the eaves. We can get up to the ridge tiles. We're scraping at this moment to get rid of the heavy moss growth, which you've already said, and then we'll be able to utilise the scaffold and we'll be able to rinse, soft wash treatment, and then rinse. And again, what will ensure is that the back of the property is left totally clear and clean, and that'll be this back elevation completed safely as well. We're at the very onset of the job. This is probably the more time-consuming, labour-intensive part of the process for the guys. But it is very, very important that we clear this roof of as much of the heavy growth as we can. So we'll show you the progress through the week, and then have you come back later on in the week when we've soft wash treated everything, you'll see the amazing results we can achieve. Welcome to the high life of NuLife. We're up in the cherry picker, in the MEWP. I'm going to look at what's the progress at the residential property in Cheshire. The roof clean. Hampered a little bit yesterday with the weather. It wasn't particularly kind to us. Raining, windy. Not fair on the lads, to be honest, but they've worked hard. We've scraped as much off as we can. We're in the treatment stage of the process now. As you can see from the back of the property, we've treated that, and that's already having an impact on the moss and the growth there. And we'll be doing the same on the front elevation now. So things are taking shape. And once we treat this today, then we'll be back again tomorrow to give it a good rinse, get rid of all this moss growth you can see in between the tiles, and hopefully we'll be seeing a massive difference by the close of play tomorrow. So as you can see from the tiles a bit more closely here, a lot of the heavy moss growth has been taken off. We've still got a lot in between the tiles. It's quite soily, quite soil based, this moss growth. So obviously we've taken the majority off. Once this is treated, it will kill the spores, make it easier to rinse tomorrow. The challenge and the difficulty will be getting in between these individual tiles. You can probably see it here. And on the ridge tile in particular, it's quite heavy. It sticks to the ridge tiles quite badly. So the rinsing process will be key in this, and hopefully it won't rain too much, which doesn't help with the solution that we apply, the soft wash solution, because obviously it'll rinse it off. But we'll probably treat it tonight, leave it, come back tomorrow, give it a rinse, and then retreat again with maybe a stronger solution. At this time of year, weather is a big challenge for us, but we'll get through it. The lads are working hard, and after the coffee breaks, of course, which they're entitled to, and I'm up here doing a bit myself. Not for long though. Okay folks, so what we'll do, we'll come back in a couple of days. Probably tomorrow is probably a bit too soon to see a marked difference, but we'll come back, look at the progress, see what we've achieved, and you can see close up the kind of results that we'll get on this moss covered roof. So stick with us, and we'll show you the results soon. What have I got here? These? What, these 4-pack of mince pies for the lads that I bought, along with 2 coffees? Not on expenses, courtesy of the benevolent quality and safety manager NuLife high class cleaning, specialised cleaning services. You could probably put a 2 in front of that, £2.29. It's a bit tight, isn't it, really? They've not even eaten them. So you may remember prior to Christmas, the roof clean in Cheshire. Well, we're back here today. All the moss growth has gone, and I've just spoken to the client. They're extremely happy with the works that have been completed. Did face some challenges with the weather and the amount of moss that was on there, but I think the results speak for themselves. So we're just here to finish off. We're going to take some more footage so we can present a job report to the client so they can sign it off and they're happy, and it'll be a job well done with NuLife exterior building and roof cleaning.